Oswald. He lives. Oswald lives!
Eivor, is that you? Shut your ass, twig spine.
Stand fast! This will be over soon!
Worry not for me! You must stop! Silence, fool! So this is what it comes to, Wolfkist? 2 Danes fighting over a filthy Saxon whoreson? If this swine is your prize, come and get him!
I will, after I take care of these assholes.
Out of sight! Hurry!
Ow. Well, looks like we're winning the fight so far. Alright, I don't think that's gonna stop. Gotta kill his dog first. Oop, there we go.
Pity restrains my blade.
Not till I've taken all these shores have to offer.
Alright, his dog's gone. Is he throwing his sword? Oh, it's a flaming axe.
East Anglia will have its king, and it will not be you.
That groveling worm in a cave? You must be blind to stand with such a man.
For all your efforts, only a cold.
They should be roomed, wolf-kissed. Made thralls, not treated as equals. We are better than this. Than all of them.
Do not drag me down to the sewage you wallow in. For all your efforts, only the cold Niflheim awaits you.
Valhalla is my destiny. That fate will not be met today.
Ow.
Why does a Dane fight tooth and nail for a Saxon? This Saxon of all.
He has an abundance.
This land is rife with weakness, and you are just another blighted dot upon it. Nothing a little fire cannot purge. Danes fighting for a Saxon.
Eh, he lost.
Thank you. You'd throw in with these wastrels? These Argir swine? For what? A scrap of land and a promise of peace?
Eivor, no! He should be tried before God, a lawful assembly. I won't have my reign begin with more blood spilt than is needed.
Another screeching scold. This man must die for the damage he has wrought. The old laws are clear.
These are Oswald's lands, to rule as king as he sees fit.
Does Eivor bow to kings?
To defy a king would shame him. East Anglia cannot heal without his honor intact.
And what of your honor, Eivor? How much are you willing to lose?
The rightful king of East Anglia has spared your life today, and so it will be.
Compassion is a virtue suited for anyone, Eivor, including you. Thank you.
Well, well, look at that. We just did a thing. And we did it well. Well, that's our castle now. You hear?
I should speak with Oswald. See if he is well.
Thank you for heeding me, Eivor. I know the worth of such a gesture. All this is like a dream.
But you are not asleep.
Well fought, the both of you.
You came as well, old friend.
If I'd known you were still alive, I would have stayed in Norwich.
Look around you. A happy occasion and a glorious victory.
And soon, something more grand to take place. Our wedding, my love. If you will still have me, that is.
And why would I not?
I fought poorly. I melted under the heat and anger of that brute. And I never...
Oswald, stop. You fought with all your heart and soul. That's all you need ever do.
So much bigger in him.
Come then. We have much to prepare for.
That Nordic women are huge.
A bride to wed and a kingdom to lead. What some men wouldn't give for such things.
Countless men have died for them. And you, Finnir, are you jealous of such things?
Hardly. My heart is afire, but my body aches. I desire only a long nap.
I saw a bale of hay back there.
Later, Abel. For now, I must see to the wounded.
Then I will see you at the wedding.
Aye, of course you will.
Oh yeah, we got a wedding to do and all that. So
Return to Elmenham. Oswald's wedding will soon begin.
yeah, I got to do that wedding stuff first.
We did it. Rued's clan is blown to ash.
Got to do all that first before I can say the chapter's done. So let's see. I'm gonna go over here for a second, see if there's anything else I want. Cunning shot, perform an alternative shot. Kind of allows. Oh, reward me some of the adrenaline. And Wolf Warrior. What is this? Fight with increased fury as death draws near. Your damage increases as... Oh, would lower your health. Oh, that might be useful. It's another last-ditch effort type of thing. Why not? We'll work our way to it. Let's grab some of these treasures. Looks like I'm gonna have to move these. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to break this. Move this. Have to move that, and over here. That should do. Then I can move this. Cool. Let's grab this one first since it's smaller. And got some more nickel. I don't think it's nickel I need. It's a different metal to get the other tier. But I'll probably upgrade some of the other armors. Why not? Okay. Oh yeah, that was one of the other fast travels we unlocked. Where's the wedding? Over here.
Wedding preparations in full bloom.
Oh, look how pretty.
called to bring on my...
The wedding is soon to start. How grand!
A beautiful and worthy celebration, my lord.
Thank you. May this feast set a spirited tone for East Anglia's future.
Eivor! I'm so glad you've made it.
Just like you to keep a king waiting at his own wedding.
Yet I arrived in the end.
A part of me worried you wouldn't.
I told you I would see you crowned, and now here we are.
Without you, I'd be dead. Another wasted hope for East Anglia.
You look good, Oswald. Like a man about to marry a more powerful woman.
Yep.
Do I? Because I'm nervous as hell.
Of all the battles a man can fight, the war against himself is the hardest to win.
It did just, not too long ago, bite a chunk of a man's face off, so. It's very quiet. No one's talking. They're just kind of doing it.
I hereby name you man and wife, and as man and wife, I name you... Oswald of Elmenham, first of his name, the rightful king of East Anglia, with his lady Valdis, soul, fist, and beauty of this land.
You've done it, Stuart. A king now sits on the throne of East Anglia.
Don't leave yourself out of this song. We did it together.
Back to your dreams then, of fire and Helheim.
I lost my way some time ago. Hard to say when. I don't want to be here. I never did. This was Halfdan's dream. He ordered me to see through. In my dreams, I'm sailing, remember? Wind in my beard, salt on my lips. I want that life again. Whether or not I find it, only time will tell. Until then, let us feast, drink, and forget our pain!
Oh yeah, I get to partake in all of this.
Care for a challenge?
Eivor! Wolf-kissed, gaze upon my pots. They stand so strong. Unbreakable at this distance, no?
They are not, Brother. My arrows shatter whatever target they strike.
Even after draining so much meat, succeed and you shall be rewarded.
Keep your eyes open long enough to witness me, you drunken lout.
Yes, that's it.
It's not too hard of a challenge.
As with everything, an easy task for the wolf-kissed.
Yep.
Barely a challenge.
Impressive. Impressive. Here as promised. Now go enjoy the party.
Yeah, I'm getting silver for this. Oh, drinking contest.
Your fist is without ale. Let us address that.
Surely a special kind of metal is required for drinking before the new king.
A metal not unlike your own.
To Odin and his endless glories.
And the new king of East Anglia. May his reign be long and good. Not bad, Wolf-Kiss. I wager you couldn't drink more than me if you tried.
A fool's wager.
A challenge nonetheless. What say you?
Okay.
I will drink you under the table.
Confident, are you? Let us see how you fare against the ale beast of East Anglia. And we'll make it interesting. Put your silver where your mouth is. What say you?
I accept.
Yes, to celebrate.
Score! Man, he's like right behind me. Ah, man, I messed up. He's just behind me, though. Ah, no! Yes! Barely. Yeah, you can't mess up too much.
But I am stronger.
Aye, stronger than me. You drink as well as Valdis. Now that I would pay to see.
Speaking of payment, where is my silver?
Here, well earned, Wolf-Kissed.
God, we've already drank so much during the festivities. Ooh, some pig.
The boar represents fertility. Did you know that?
Estes Freyr, what's your point?
You impress me, Eivor. Your battle wisdom, your strength of character, skilled in so many ways. Yet I wonder, is there any skill of mine that I could impress upon you?
Even a fool has something to teach, whether they're aware of the lesson or not.
Hey, but I could show you how to wield my plow sword.
Why not?
Be plain about it, Stiff Spear. You want to lay with me, is that it?
That I do.
Stiff spear.
Do you follow me? To a place more comfortable?
A good plow sword is a rare thing. Lead the way.
It'd be weird one day in a game that your character and all that sleeps around and everything didn't get pregnant.
Gods. That's worth a verse or two in some skald's song. I'll remember that for all time, Eivor.
Oh yeah, you can actually fuck up his name by choosing the first one. Should I just do it on purpose?
I will too, brother.
The sagas are never this good.
This night remains glorious.
It is the way of the Vikings, you know, fight well, sleep well, eat well. Oh, he's up there.
Some sweet wine for a sweet swine? Come join me!
Don't fall, dude.
The Saxon god wanders somewhere up here, does he not? I haven't seen him.
They like to say he moves with mystery.
Look! The moon! It moves untroubled now. But one day it will be eaten by a giant wolf and the nights will be black forevermore.
Are you all right?
I've tasted glory once again. And it was good.
I'm glad to hear it. Now...
I always felt like Skoll or Hati. Chasing and trying to fulfill Halfdan's wishes. But now I've caught my sun and moon. I've got them and I don't know.
You can let them go. Sail to a further shore.
My longship's in Valhalla. Don't you remember? Firestarter.
Come on, let's get you to solid ground.
Everything's spinny.
Alright.
Very strong.
You're very large.
Oh, we got him to the ground.
Sorry for this, Eivor. I've had one last glory. I should be happy. I am happy. Thank you.
It need not be the last.
Not the last.
Enough fun and games. I should see how Oswald is doing.
Alright. See the bride and groom.
Eivor, I'm about to address our guests, and I'd like you to be there.
It has been a worthy ceremony so far.
And have you had enough fun yet?
Yeah, I'm good.
I am ready to hear you address your kingdom.
Good. Come, join me. Friends, honored guests, we've pushed through hard times. It seems like all we've known is loss and suffering. But it is not conflict that binds us. It is compassion. May we always favor compassion, even when our enemies refuse its boon. So, to my Dane friends and neighbors, I give thanks for the bravery you have shown during our collective struggles. And for my fellow Christians, may we continue standing as examples of our Lord's grace. Lights in the dark. I see East Anglia's future right here, right now, in all of you, Dane and Saxon alike. To our future.
Still a bit soft on insults, but the king has courage.
And to Eivor, without whom none of this would have been possible.
On behalf of East Anglia, let this ring be proof of our loyalty to the Raven clan and all they have done for us today.
Would you have any words of wisdom for us?
Oswald,
You would not have been my first choice as king, nor my second. I thought you weak, bendable, without resolve. But not all men are as they first appear. I came to see that Oswald's heart is amongst the largest I have ever known. He is sturdy, he has wisdom, he has courage. All qualities of a man worthy to be king. He is the king East Anglia deserves, and the king you need. To the good king, Oswald!
To Oswald! Skull!
Skull!
Skull! Okay, everyone, the bridal race starts now. Remember, you all have to lose to the bride and groom. Steady all, and ready yourself for the wedding race. The king and his bride against all.
My king. He...
The sheep you left to guard me have been shorn. Oswald! King of sheep fuckers! Show your eyes! I challenge you.
I accept.
No square, only sweat and blood.
He may be wounded, but do not let your guard down.
Let's settle this.
I will bury you, Saxon. I'll take all that is yours.
Nice.
Did the king show mercy to one so malevolent? So cruel? I'll not give you the satisfaction of a good death, for my god forbids such cruelty. Therefore you are outcast. From this moment on.
You have won. My life is yours.
Your life is God's. Now go! Leave my kingdom and never return!
I do not understand this Saxon religion. Oswald is a coin. One side mercy, the other courage. There are few like him, I'll admit. Saxon or Dane.
Such a strange display. Courage and restraint like I've never seen. With all that's happened, with all the chaos Rued wrought, still, Oswald found reason to spare him.
It is a strange thing.
A remarkable thing. From what inner spring does such kindness run? I'd like to know. With my duty here fulfilled, I now choose East Anglia. I fight for you, my king.
Rise, old friend. You're embarrassing me.
Be well, Finir. Your choice is a bold one. You continue to surprise Oswald of Elmenholm.
Thank you, Eivor. When we first met, I made an oath. I promised you an alliance.
You did.
You'll have it, so long as I draw breath.
Till next time, King.
Oh yeah. Oh, leveled up again. Oh, ooh, Helheim stuff.
The wind calls me back to Randi. Best tell her the good news.
It's a bunch of people to talk to. Might as well talk to them while I'm able. Waiting for everyone to get into their positions. Do 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 do.
What a celebration!
Oh, okay, that's all you had to say.
Brother,
Eivor, you will be missed.
I gave you a few good memories to keep.
That you did.
Take care of your king, brother. He'll need you in the years to come.
The old soft heart has guts. Strange I never saw it until now.
Valdis, will you not stay a moment longer, Eivor?
I should not linger. My banner folk await my return.
I understand.
Take care, Valdis. You fought well and won yourself a worthy king.
I did, didn't I? Take care, Eivor.
Good help,
Thank you, Eivor, for making today a reality.
Brother, Oswald is in your hands now. Protect your king, and call out to my banner should the need arise.
Aye, Eivor. Without a moment's hesitation. Travel safe.
I will, friend.
We met at a play of fists, Eivor. And now look at us. Fast friends.
A dream come true, like none other. Thank you for everything. From the bottom of my heart.
I'll send a message to Halfdan in the north. He'll be pleased to know that a king now sits upon East Anglia's troubled throne.
Alright, I think that's everyone. Time to travel back home. Yep. Might be able to build something too. Trying to remember what this place would be. Could just build that. Hunters. Oh yeah, I can't really build anything. I haven't raided. Haven't been raiding.
You're a good boy.
I'll raid eventually. Wait, do I say a good boy?
See it, Rohan?
Rohan, Holger, why all this shouting?
Silence, both of you!
Randvi, I demand...
Eivor, thank Tyr.
I heard shouting. Is something wrong?
Holger robbed me, and I demand he be punished.
Ha! Rot disappointed word. Does the deer rub the stream when she takes a drink? Does the cow rub a field when he crops on sweet grass?
Eivor, this matter requires sensitive judgment. Will you?
Of course. From the beginning, please.
Well now, there is no excuse too small, I see. Nothing to keep you from coveting that seat, is there?
In Sigurd's absence, who has better claim to oversee?
It's like, dag, you're a drab.
You might leave them to work it out for themselves, but that would mean letting go, would it not?
Please start again. Tell me all that has happened.
I will start. I have been falsely accused by this Saxon Philistine.
A Philly what? Are you mocking me?
Silence, please. I'll hear both of your complaints and render a decision, awarding compensation if needed. Understood? Rowan, tell me your version of these events.
As you are aware, Holger and I are neighbors. Near enough that I often catch him at my stables, stealing my tools.
Borrowing.
Holger, let him speak.
Stealing, borrowing. My point being, I have always allowed him to use whatever he pleased. I greatly admire your Norse generosity and had hoped to match it. But this morning, Holger stretched the limits of my grace. Entering my stables for their feed, I found my most beautiful, gentle mare stripped of her tail. Bereft, not a strand in sight. I am ashamed to say my natural suspicion drew me to Hallgeir, and how right I was. For when I peered across the lane, there he was, gripping a horsetail brush slathered with indigo, dragging it across a sheet of
Painting, Rowan. I was painting. You make it sound so crude.
You see? Such willful arrogance. It will take ages for Ilgafur's tail to reach its former length. I demand compensation.
I understand. Thank you, Rowan. Holger, let me hear your side.
Eivor,
Siding with Rowan right now.
me as a skald for years. You have seen how my poems bring life and joy and wisdom to our people. And you know that my work requires a certain, let us say, freedom. To make use of rare resources to compose my verses. Often when lacking the proper tools, I have made use of novel items. Alvis's walking stick, Tovi's inks, all were given gladly.
You cut off my horse's tail to make a brush, you bleeding...
Rowan?
As I was saying, this morning in the throes of poetic reverie, I realized that my latest piece required delicate brushwork. I could have used a frayed stick, some cloth, my hands, but no. I needed something gentler, softer. To make a perfect brush, I needed the fine hairs of a well-raised horse. And so I availed myself of a local resource.
You clipped Alfgafur's tail to the rump without asking.
It was early. I did not wish to wake you.
Thank you, Holger. I believe I understand your position.
I'm gonna have to side with Rowan on this.
I believe I have heard enough. If you'll...
My horse looks like a fool, Eivor. No handsomer than a donkey now. You must do something.
Do not conflate hair with beauty, Rowan. She remains radiant. Elgifer's hair will grow back in no time.
Quiet, both of you. Now listen. Holger, Rowan is clearly in the right. You sheared the tail from his horse without gaining permission.
I borrowed the tail. Borrowed! Does the reality of regrowth not make this a victimless crime?
It is a two-victim crime, Holger. Though they are unharmed, you took without asking, and that will not do. As the horse's value has diminished significantly, you will pay Rowan its market price.
Oh shit.
The horse was not for sale. Rowan, admit it.
My decision is final, Holger. Pay what you owe and meet tomorrow as friends.
And if I do, may I keep the horse?
Pay the man and be done with it. Rowan, does this satisfy you?
It does. Thank you, Eivor.
Good. Then by Tyr's blessing, let this matter rest. We are done here. Return to your homes in peace.
Would you allow me to pay you with a vibrant painting? After all, in some ways you helped in its creation.
Absolutely not.
Oh, hello, Eivor. Good day. That Holger, he is quite the character.
I almost envy him. To see the world through such a muddy glass and live with such petty concerns. He hasn't a care in the world.
Let's not walk too far with that idea. I need you right where you are.
East Anglia is with us.
The lighting just changed dramatically.
Precious loyalty to us.
Eivor Kingmaker, we shall call you soon.
There we go.
Some interesting news. King Ceolwulf has sent Ceolbert to Shropshire. He hopes to install him as Elderman there.
Good for Ceolbert. He should do well considering all he has learned from you.
I gave him only a taste of my knowledge. The rest he will need to figure for himself. One more thing. I do not know if you heard, but Svend passed away a short time ago. The poor man slipped away in his bed.
I had not heard, no. And how is Tovi? She must be gutted.
It has been rough on her. She spends quite a lot of time at his burial mound. Speak with her, if you have the time.
I'm gonna talk to her in a bit, but I'm gonna accept her next pace. Are you alright?
Ranvi, are you well? You seem distant.
I'm fine. Only a little tired, but well enough. Shall we look at the map?
Not until you tell me what is wrong.
Oh, I think I have. I feel somewhat trapped. In this room, in this settlement, in this life.
I cannot help you with your life just now, but I can get you out of this room. What do you say?
I don't know. There is much work to be done.
Stop. Forget about alliances and responsibility for just a few hours. We could take a ride to Grandebridge or somewhere nearby for a change of pace.
That sounds lovely. And too far to consider just now. But thank you, Eivor. Maybe another time. Now, what was it you needed?
I tried. Maybe we can try again.
Randy, take a break. Let's make for Grandebridge Shire and get you out of this musty room.
Do you mean now? Right now?
Of course. You said you were tired of all this, so why not? Stretch your legs and fill your lungs.
I did ask, didn't I? You're right. Lead the way, Eivor.
About time.
We won't take the long ship today. This trip is for us. Just you and me. Is that a problem?
Not at all. So long as I get some air and sun, I will be fine. I spend too much of my day in the Longhouse.
We'll need to cross the river at some point if we want to enter Grandebridge Shire. If you know a better way, I would love to hear it.
Is swimming not an option?
Swimming? I don't know.
I think I'll try and put a marker like right here.
Okay. A boat or a horse
There we
always
go.
do, but I'm not opposed to the more traditional methods.
We're on a chanter right now. Or if we were both guys, our balls would be getting squished. And I think this will probably be the last thing I'll try and do for today for Assassin's Creed. Because, let's see, probably be around 6.5 hours, if not 7. Be a good stream to get back into our new sway of things.
Isn't that awful?
You think safety awful?
To live one's life in so small a pen, and hear stories from you and the scouts without ever venturing further. Gods, do you smell that? The earth and the air. It is good to be out here.
Hey, blades is on. You fell off your horse, asshole. Oh.
Eivor, there. What is that?
This is where the Summer Army retreated when Grandebridge was lost. They seem to have resettled the city in full now.
Right. I know this land so well by its map, but to see it in person brings it to stunning life. A Roman marvel. I will not soon forget this sight.
Okay, reached our destination.
Here we are. Welcome to Grandebridge. We should make our way to the Longhouse.
Ah, it's bigger than I imagined. Rustic, woody, beautiful. And everything seems quite new.
Under Soma's guidance, the Summer Army built this town up from a small village. They wanted a hub for trade near London, and a launching point for incursions into Wessex.
Well, it is impressive. Some interesting architectural ideas here, too.
Well, is that Eivor I see? It's been quite a while since I've seen your face around here.
I know you, I think. One of Soma's loyal men. Magni, is it?
Yeah, good memory.
Good to see you again. This is Randvi, a dear friend and a sturdy fighter.
Well met, Randy. Eivor seems to have a preference for befriending lovely women.
You know, I noticed the same thing.
I expected more people about Magni. Has something happened?
Soma rounded up some warriors and took them west. She's hoping to open a new trade route with Ox and the Voda. Only now, in times of trouble, I have discovered I am not the surrogate leader I should hope to be.
What sort of trouble?
Oh, a pack of surly bandits have encamped nearby. To the east of the water's edge. They attack all merchants who travel here by river or road, and word is spreading quickly. It's keeping traders at bay.
That could cripple your town if it carries on too long.
It's crippled me already. The bastard stole my horse yesterday morning.
So what will
We can take care of them, Magni. And if we don't find your horse, we will steal you a new one.
Well, that would ease my mind. I have nothing to offer you for this deed, but the bandits surely would. Take from them what you like.
Good. Consider the matter handled. Eivor, come. We have a camp to raid.
She is already willing.
The bandits are camped on the river, he said, east of the water's edge.
You volunteered us for a fight, Randy. Is that your idea of a pleasant ride through the country?
It must be. I surprised even myself.
Aw, man.
Away from your table for a day, and already you're lusting.
Lusting for blood.
Feeling you must know well, no?
Oh, come on. Is that not a rude?
Always wanted to experience the world as you do.
Fine, I'll just do it the old school way. It's not that far away anyway.
Unless you have a more interesting day planned for us.
We will help Magni and clear these bandits. But do not be rash when we find them. The Raven clan needs your steady hand.
Yes, indeed, my lord. I shall follow your order to the letter.
If I did not know any better, I would say you're teasing me.
Oh, certainly not, Eivor wolf-kissed iron-fisted Drenger. I would never tease one with such commanding authority. There, the bandit camp.
All right, stay close and do as I do.
Brood and look sternly at the horizon?
By all means.
Wonder if I can, set a raid. It's probably not too crazy. Oh, there's a Goliath right there. Well, she's heading off. Kill some people. Oop.
I thought you wanted to do this in secret.
You came out for a battle, so here we go.
Ah, cheap asshole. She can take care of that guy. I'm gonna take care of this asshole. Where are you going?
There. That's done. Now to deliver Magni his horse.
Alright. I don't have my horse. Oh, there could have been treasure in that camp too. I didn't even check.
Eivor. We are champions of Grantbridge. Do you know of any other towns that need liberating?
You don't think we have had enough drama for one day? We should return to the settlement.
Or we could have a drink to celebrate our victory.
At home, Tekla has all the mead and ale we could want.
Eivor, our outing has hardly begun. Find us an alehouse and let us make ourselves at home.
Let's return the horse. And if your thirst remains, we'll look around.
Getting yelled at. Should let her lead.
Magni, we solved your bandit problem.
Did you? Well done! And did you find my sweet mare?
Your horse is outside waiting for you.
Thank the gods she is safe. And thank you, Eivor. And your friend Randvi, wherever she is.
She's here somewhere.
There she is. Oh, drinking contest, huh?
What are you playing at?
A drinking contest. You versus me. Wolf-kissed versus Table Maiden.
Randvi, we can do better than Table Maiden.
Mead Queen, then.
All right, let us drink.
Beautiful.
Oh no! She's gonna beat me.
Randvi, don't let her win!
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
A good shot, Eivor, but Randvi's done you better.
No! Motherfucker.
Any more and I'll drown.
Ha! I am the Mead Queen.
Might as well let her win though.
Slayer of wolves and
Make her day.
barrels. I told you I would drink you under the table.
So, are you satisfied? My head is ringing like a bell.
Big as her mouth.
More than satisfied. Now come. We'll run
Gaping
this
and
off
massive.
the air as we head home. After just one more stop.
Ugh, Randvi.
It's a sunken tower near a waterfall, close to home. We can stop for a look, and then you are free of me. It's near the
I
highest
think if I
point
didn't
in
mess
Europe,
up
just
at
south of
least
the settlement. Easy to spot, I'm
once,
sure.
I would have probably got her.
Right, one last stop then.
I know it might not show, Eivor, but I am terribly excited.
Oh, it shows.
Leaving already? Well, I do hope to see you again.
Yep.
Randvi, return any time.
I might have to, Magni. Thank you for everything.
No, thank you. Safe travels.
See ya. Guess we'll go back on the horse. Return to camp. You gotta be fucking with me. Alright. If it doesn't, like, register that this is a fucking road, I'm gonna be Apparently it doesn't register it as a freaking road. Maybe if I go a little bit further back into the crossroads. Maybe the bridge? I hit the bridge right there. I can't hit the bridge, but... Fine, I'll do it the old way. Just gotta figure out which way I'm facing. I need to go north. It's like, why have a system when it doesn't work half the time?
It's hard back there. What can I say? Not the first, and it will not be the last. I name you Ranvi, Slayer of Bandits, Breaker of Hearts. I will sound it with pride. Sunniva described this tower for me. A desolate yet peaceful place. I am eager to see it. After a full day of action, finally you wish to calm down. I've had my fill of adventure. Time for a little rest. I was wondering something. You and Soma, was there something more to your bond? You spoke of her with a particular shine in your eyes. We grew very close very quickly. Is that what you mean? No, I mean, did something happen between you two? What sort of question is that? An innocent one. Innocent as a newborn babe. Nothing happened between us. That is my answer. I find that disappointing. If I were you, I might have tested the waters. Eivor, entangled by a hardy Jarlskona as she leads her army to victory and prosperity. A rather appealing match.
Okay, apparently got people trying to attack us.
Eivor, entangled. Look there! That must be the tower.
Hey, go ahead and lurk. Always welcome. To the bridge.
Just as beautiful as Sunniva's stories tell. Can you imagine how it looked when it was first built?
She's still in combat mode.
Sometimes when looking at a map, I imagine little people in their little armies, traversing the land. And now, staring at these ruins, I imagine people of old, how they lived, never knowing what would become of their monuments. You have a fertile imagination. I want a view from the top. Shall we? Lead on.
And she dives right into the water. No, I'm not gonna follow her. I'm just gonna get a head start.
Mind where you put your fingers. These stones are old and weathered. You climb well for one who folds maps. You jest, but I have raised the frames of longhouses and hammered the ribs of longships. My hands are calloused from hard work.
What? You're so far down. Try for if I'm a little too high up. We'll see where she goes.
Well, well. Look at this.
Oh, okay, I'm a little too high up. Oh, wait. Need to collect that artifact.
A stunning view. It reminds me of my early years in Norway. How I used to climb the hills beyond the wood.
You have an adventurous heart. I hardly see it behind the table, but now I've watched you scale a tower in furs, soaking wet.
I was rowdy in my youth. Hunting, sailing. I was a wildling of the open air before I became this staunch and stoic woman. Married off in service of peace between two clans. A noble and